So on this trip, we'll be going to Jungfrau, which is considered to be the top of Europe. It stands at around 11,332 feet and is considered the highest mountain peak in Europe. It is gorgeous. It is one of the most beautiful places that I've ever been to. You have the rolling green hills, the beautiful, cute houses, the Swiss houses, skyscraping mountains, gigantic mountains, uh, old cracked glaciers on top of Jungfrau, and then you have these beautiful, gigantic mountain waterfalls as you're coming back down the mountain. It is absolutely spectacular. Uh, and luckily, yes, luckily, you can take a train to Jungfrau, so you don't have to climb the mountain. You can just hop on the train, and about 1.5 hours, and you'll be there. So we did this all through TripAdvisor, and we chose the Jungfrau top of Europe day trip from Zurich. And this consisted of a 2 hour bus ride from Zurich to Interlaken, and a little bit more of a bus ride to get to Grindelwald, where we boarded a cog train, and then took that for about 1.5 hours up to the mountain to the Jungfrau top. Um, some great attractions that they've built up there, including the Sphinx Observatory, Alpine Sensation, which is kind of like um, almost like a Disneyland kind of theme park ride. There's also a Ice Palace glacier walk, so it's like this whole area made out of ice that you can walk through. Yeah, tons, multiple different glaciers, and of course, stunning views of Switzerland and the Swiss Alps. Absolutely amazing. If this sounds good to you, just sit back and watch our journey up to Jungfrau.
Sì, Monte Righi che han visto antes con la torre de transmisión encima, de arriba se puede disfrutar
So our journey
de sus
starts off with a
paisajes
2 hour bus
muy
ride, but
conocido por
I
su
really enjoyed it just because it was
arquitectura y
so
sus ritmos
gorgeous.
como
I mean,
monte donde se
the
puede
views were
navegar
incredible,
y
and
disfrutar
they
del
only got
bosque
better as we went
nativo.
along.
Have Lungern on your right side. Aquí a la derecha
Here
podemos
we are
disfrutar
coming up
del
on Interlaken and one of the lakes. Just look how gorgeous this is. Look how gorgeous the color of the lake is with this almost aquamarine color. I mean, it's incredible. These beautiful green rolling hills with the forest and the cute little houses. It does it get better than this? Well, you'll have to see. Here are some of my favorite photos that my wife and I took along the way. So during our bus ride, we went from Zurich all the way down here to Interlaken, which is right there. And once we got there, we got to stretch our legs a little bit, get out of the bus, and it was a beautiful day. And there's actually people who were hang gliding. I think we stopped here for maybe a half an hour or an hour, used the restroom, and then it was back on the bus, and we're headed for Grindelwald. And it was just amazing. The closer and closer we got to Jungfrau, just the more epic the views got. It was incredible. And here we are at Grindelwald, just about to board the train. Our guide gave us instructions and told us kind of, what we're doing, where we're going. And this is the cogwheel train track, and you can see it's kind of has the spikes on there that the cogs will kind of fit into, and it actually helps it go up steep inclines of the mountain. And these train tracks will take us all the way up to the top of Jungfrau. And oh my goodness, the views that we saw on this train ride was spectacular. Check this out. Look at those beautiful houses, the mountains. On the way up, we also saw some of the famous Swiss cows with the big bells around their neck, just feeding on the grasses in the mountains. And look at this, check out this view. Oh my gosh, so gorgeous. Look at those mountains. About halfway up, we had to transition to another train, and this place I believe is called Klein Scheidegg. It's just gorgeous here. In the train, they had these little monitors that would tell you where we're going. The first stop is Izmir, which has a nice view of the glaciers, and then off to Jungfrau. This is kind of a cool animation that shows you how we're getting up the mountain. And you know, a lot of the time we're actually going through the mountain. They actually bore a tunnel through it. There it is, the top of Europe. About halfway in the tunnel, you stop at a place called Izmir, which has this beautiful view of the glacier. And here we are at the top. Just got off the train station, and there is tons of people here. And our instructors telling us that we need to be back here at 3:25 p.m. or we will be left behind. So that's our deadline. This is kind of a neat place where you can go grab some food, get some drinks, and then go explore. And here we are on top of the Sphinx Observatory. And just check out this glacier. It is breathtaking. I've never seen anything like this before. I felt so blessed too because the weather was so nice. It was pretty much sunny the whole time that we were up here. And look how far back that this glacier goes. It goes on for miles, it looks like. And of course, we had to get a photo op in. Here we are on the other side of the Sphinx. Check out this view. It's amazing. I don't know if you can see in the video. There is a Swiss village out there. A couple of them in the mountains. It is absolutely breathtaking. What a beautiful, gorgeous day. Check out the snow on that mountain.
Oh, you're just here.
Just heading on. Absolutely gorgeous. Gotta take deep breaths. No oxygen up here. It's literally breathtaking. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous. Don't bum me. Absolutely breathtaking. Everybody's laughing. Either because we're having a really great time or we don't have any oxygen. Beautiful. All of a sudden we heard some kids screaming and we're wondering what it was, and we looked down and there's actually some sort of park or something that maybe they're doing some sledding or Something like that, but looks like they're having a fun time down there. After the Sphinx Observatory, we went and checked out the Alpine Sensation exhibit, which is kind of similar to a theme park in a way. Check out all the Edelweiss lights on the walls. I got a big kick out of that. We have this big gigantic snow globe. And you gotta watch out for this guy because he was hitting on my wife.
You wearing Nikes? Yes. The ice palace that we're going to right now. It looks pretty ominous down there. Like this red flashing lights.
I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is a tribute to the person who developed the Jungfrau rail system, Adolf Geierzeller, and all of the obstacles that him and his team had to overcome to make it happen. After the Alpine Sensation, we went to visit the Ice Palace, which is amazing. It's this tunnel that's completely made out of ice. Check this out.
It just got really chilly. That gets brisk. We're not in the ice part yet. I don't understand these signs. Like, are you not supposed to wear shoes? Oh, they're ice shoes, I think. Not supposed to wear ice shoes. Look at this. Really all made of ice. Yeah, it definitely feels like an ice palace. Look at this. Oh my gosh. It's all ice. All made of ice. Sliding along the fender. This is pretty cool.
Ice Palace.
You're shooting me, I'm shooting you.
Inside the tunnels of the palace, they had these beautiful sculptures made out of ice. Some of them were pretty impressive. There are also some famous characters frozen in the ice, and places you could sit and do a little pondering while you're down there. Just don't ponder too long or you might turn out like these guys.
We are climbing stairs on Jungfrau, and it is exhausting. Taking deep breaths. We're gonna try to find the plateau, which is this way. Plateau. Look at this over here.
Yeah, this is bad, hon.
Yeah, because
Yeah, thank you. Just take baby steps, okay? As you're seeing, we're walking on slush ice, which is not the best if you're not used to it. Okay, where we're going on the summit up here with all these people. And these people are nuts. You're not supposed to go across the fence. Crazy people. Oh. Baby steps. Oh my goodness. Are you seeing this view, hon?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god. There's only one thing to do in a place like this, and that's take some photos. When we were up here, we saw another photo op. There's a big line that was leading up to this flag here that you could take photos with, so we got in line. And we got some entertainment while waiting in line. I guess this is a big place for Bollywood. I guess there's some movies up here, so there's some people up here recreating possibly scenes from movies and just having a lot of fun. I have to say, this guy's got some moves. And here we are with the flag. I think it turned out pretty well. There was just so many beautiful views from this plateau that we took a lot of footage up here. Once we went back inside, they had some nice places where you could do photo ops, including a Lindt chocolate place where my wife got into action there and started mixing up some chocolate. We also picked up some lunch there in the cafeteria.
Here we are, top of Jungfrau, and what are we eating?
Shin ramen.
Shin ramen, and what do I have? I have a very skinny salami sandwich. How much was it?
$17.
$17. $17. I can't believe it. Oh.
Yep, things are kind of expensive up on the mountain. But before you knew it, it was time to get back on that train and head back down the mountain. With all that we've seen on this trip, I didn't think that it could get much better, but I was wrong. Actually, some of the most gorgeous scenery that I saw was actually coming down this mountain. Check this out. throughout these mountains. I mean, what a spectacular place to live. I'm kind of jealous in a way. It's so gorgeous out here. At one point, we stopped at a town here, and some locals got on that looked like they might be part of a band, perhaps a Oktoberfest band. And coming up is one of the most beautiful scenes that I have seen in my life. Just this valley between the mountains and the green grass is amazing to see. Oh my gosh, look at that. To live there and be able to wake up to that view every morning, it'd be amazing. Then we saw one of the largest waterfalls on the trip. I mean, check this thing out. It is massive. And then it overlooks this beautiful Swiss town. Once we got back into town, we stopped and checked out this place called Rheinfelder Beer Hall. It was one of Mark Wien's suggestions, and it was out in the open, beautiful night. Had a beer, and we tried some of their food, like this bratwurst, getting ready for Oktoberfest, and this schnitzel, which was amazing, very delicious.
And that is it. So tomorrow we're actually going to fly out to our fourth country, which is Germany. And we get to do one of my bucket list items, which is Oktoberfest. So we had a lot of fun there, and I can't wait to show you.